Hi there, my name's Margaret. I'm a volunteer here at the library. I work in crafts with Denise. And today we're going to be making a bracelet. I have a couple examples here, all different colors, sizes, shapes. Well, no, they're not different shapes, they're all round. In your do-it-yourself kit, let's see what you have. We have cable tie. This one happens to be 14.5 inches long. We're only going to need 10 or so inches depending upon how big your wrist is. I have a small wrist. So everybody should have a cable tie in their bag. You have a piece of ribbon that matches or contrasts one way or the other with your beads that are in your bag. The piece of ribbon can be a 1/4 inch with an 1/8 inch, or it could actually be curling ribbon. All of those I've used and they work fine. Your beads, you're going to have a small string in your bag, approximately 9, 10, 11 inches long. And then the last item in your bag is a cork, and on it you have a piece of electrical tape. The cork is just holding the electrical tape. It doesn't really have another purpose. The electrical tape we're going to take off and use to connect our bracelet together. Okay, so our first step, you want to sort of measure how big you want your bracelet. 9 or 10 inches length here is probably about what you want, but let's start it and sort of hold it together, and we'll measure it to make sure it'll slide on and off your hand. So once you get it the size you want it, then you're just going to snip the end with the loop. That's what we don't want, because that would make a hump on our bracelet. Just going to cut this off. And then this we're going to bind together with our tape. Now you can put the tape on horizontally, or you can put it on and wrap it around. I've done both. Both work. You can also hot glue this. Either way, any way you want to do it, but that's what our piece of tape is for. I have one already here connected. Makes the circle, and then once we get it connected, you're ready to start hot gluing your beads on. And you can start anywhere to hot glue your beads. I've done it several ways. Just put a couple dabs of hot glue. So you are going to have to furnish your own hot glue gun. Just put a couple drops here to get it started. Be careful, don't burn yourself. Hot glue is very hot, but the neat thing about it, it dries quickly. So it doesn't take very long at all to get this process started. And I got it on my fingers, but it's already cooled off enough. Then just sort of hold it. I started with gluing 2 down, and this time I'm probably going to go 4 or 5. And then lay those on. And again, it dries quickly, doesn't take long at all to get all the way around. Now, to get all the way around, you are going to usually have a few left over. Looks like mine, though, is going to come out perfectly. So, but if your bracelet isn't as big as mine, and some of the beads are a little bit longer, you may have to snip off 1 or 2. This is the first one that I've made that I haven't had to snip off 1 or 2. But I think I made my circle out of the cable tie a little bigger this time. So once you get them hot glued on, and I'm going to pick up another one now, should look like this. They're pretty secure, really. Then you're going to take your piece of ribbon, let's see, and I've already got mine here on this one. It was the blue one on the one I started with. And just hot glue it a little bit here underneath. Now this is the 1/8 inch ribbon, but again, 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch, or the curling ribbon, all of them will work. And you are going to wrap this in between each bead. And you think, oh my gracious, that'll take forever. But you'll be surprised how quickly this happens. And you want to pull it tight so that it sort of covers the cable tie. And again, it goes quickly. And you're going to do this all the way around. And you can see it's forming a nice pattern around it so that they look pretty. These beads that we're using are what we call Mardi Gras beads. You just have to make sure on your beads that they are stationary on the cord that they're on, because you don't want gaps in between. But Mardi Gras beads are stationary, but you don't have to use Mardi Gras beads. Because, and the reason I say that, after you make one, you're going to want to make more than one. I can see all kinds of possibilities for these. When I was making this first one or second one, I could see students making these in their school colors. You know, that would be neat. Or we should make some for the Bengals game that's coming up in a couple weeks. We could do orange and black. You could do Christmas ones, you could do pastel colors for Easter, and they are so simple. Okay, then we would wrap this all the way around, and when we get to the other end, you may have some left over. You can leave room to hot glue it before you cut it, but you can also just continue wrapping. The first couple I cut off, and then I thought, well, this is silly. It'll just strengthen it if you continue wrapping the little bit that's left at the end. Because again, you have 36 to 40 inches of the ribbon to wrap it in, and then you're going to hot glue it at the end. So you can continue to wrap until you have just, maybe a 1/2 inch left to hot glue down, or you can snip it if you prefer to do that. It doesn't really matter which way you do it. And voila, you end up with some pretty neat bracelets. Well, they're pretty, I think, because, you know, we made them. We like anything we do. This one happened, my little grandchild made. They were at my house over the weekend, and it's got a couple little bumps in it, but he was so proud of it. Again, very easy colors. You could, like if you wanted to match a dress, you could make inexpensive bracelets to match your dress. So the sky's the limit. You know, decide what you want to make one for, and then pick out your colors. For the one you're going to make, all you have to have is a hot glue gun and a ruler, because you want to measure it. And then I hope you enjoy it and make lots after you make your first free one. Thank you.